Hey, this is Ted Jenkin, co-host of the Shrimp Tank, sitting here with Chris Hanks, who's also the founder of KSU Entrepreneurship Center. We're sitting here with Frank and Rhonda Duffy. You ought to hear the whole podcast that we did today for Shrimp Tank. You can get it on our website, and her fantastic information today. But we're talking about entrepreneurship and successes and failures.
Absolutely. And so in keeping with that, what would you say is the biggest failure that most entrepreneurs make?
I think the biggest failure is that they aren't documenting what the tasks are that they're doing as they're building the business, so they can't get help. Because when people need help, they're already so busy that they don't have time to sit down and train someone. So it puts them in a stall pattern. So I think as you are building your business, any kind of size, anticipating that you're going to need help in the future, if there's a task that you're doing daily, weekly, monthly, start to write all that out. Have a standard operating procedure so when you need help, you can actually pull the trigger and get help.
And you guys have seen, obviously, a lot of successful businesses, especially in your business in the real estate industry. Heck, back in 2008, I think something like 70% of the agents went out of the business.
Right.
And Frank, what have you seen in terms of the big mistakes that entrepreneurs make, not only in your industry, but just in general, that really stop business owners from being successful?
Well, I think one thing is if we would have just stayed as us being the operators of the business, it would have really stifled our growth. What we were able to do is, by Rhonda mentioning that we have SOPs, we have standard operating procedures, we have processes in place, so it's not personality driven, it's process driven. We were able to replace ourselves and train other people and have that leverage of a lot of people working underneath us. We went from being a one-person company, two-person company, to now we're about 80 people. We just recently got valued as $12 million as a company.
Wow.
We never would have been able to do that if she was still doing the listings and I was still doing the phone call marketing calls. We never would have done that. We had to replace ourselves, and I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs do. And it's a good problem to have, but a lot of them think too small.
One of the hardest things in entrepreneurship, I think, sometimes is going from the doer of the thing that you do to the owner of the thing that you do. And that's the only way you scale. You've got to stop doing and start owning and acting more like an owner.
And I have to admit, that's not easy to do. That's difficult because you're in your comfort zone. I mean, you're good at what you do, the 3 or 4 things that you do for your business. We have a good division of power between us. I was good at some things, she was good at other things. And then when you're good at something, you want to just stay doing it. But that really doesn't, bode well for a growth of a business. And that's probably the biggest mistake that I see a lot of, entrepreneurs have. They just think too small.
And Rhonda, what would you say is one more that you've seen? I know that you do all ends of the business, and I've seen a lot of people plummet in this business, a lot of people succeed.
I think another mistake that I see small businesses do is that they interview people one-on-one. I only interview in group.
Love that.
I don't have time to sit and do one-on-one with people that I'm not interested in, right? So it's been very powerful for me to build a system about group interviewing, even a quiz. I give people a quiz. I need to see their handwriting. I need to see how they think, right? And then to be able to just in a casual environment where we're having a good time, we're laughing, we're learning from each other, we're grateful that we're there together, being able to talk to them just individually, see how they are, look at their quiz. I don't really look at resumes. I want to know who the person is right now. What do they bring to the table right now? What's their current state of mind? And that has saved me hundreds, thousands of hours in my day.
Because the commodity of time is the only thing that all businesses share together. Everything else is a variable in business, but we all have the same 24 hours a day. It's how you use that 24 hours a day that makes the difference between a business and what you can make it and what it is when it starts out.
Well, this is great stuff in here. And look, for everybody that's watching today, if you want to know how to become the #1 real estate agent in the country,
I'm not going to teach them that.
just listen to half of the podcast on the Shrimp Tank, and you might pick up some of those great ideas. We heard some great things here in the recap. Make sure that your business has some sort of standard operating procedure, some place where you can document the processes and systems in your business, which helps sort of let you do, it sounded like, to be number 2, which is spending more time working on the business than being in the business, which is fantastic. And remember, time is your most valuable commodity. So you heard Rhonda talk about interviewing in a group, potentially in one-on-one, and thinking about how you maximize your time. And those are 3 unbelievable tips for you new entrepreneurs out there as you come on the Shrimp Tank and learn how to build your business from Duffy Realty. So check out Duffy Realty of Atlanta, and thanks for listening to the Shrimp Tank.